Gospels. It is also very reasonable why there had been four canonical Gospels. Bar the priests' debates, why was it very reasonable that Christianity would end up with four Gospels rather than the original Gospel of Jesus alone? It was because when facts are bound to be obscured by later generations interpreted through the principles of chaos rather than those of order, their judgment would have to come through a methodology that the world came to term the golden ratio. If all four Gospels list the exact same facts of the life of Jesus and events of his life, then it is very likely that at a certain point in time, at least three Gospels would agree to a single truth, while the fourth would have the fabrication. Or at times, all four Gospels would have the same truth, only obscured in such a way that it would only make sense to a golden ratio of people. That beauty and the crown of righteousness, or the crown of beauty, would only be relevant when seen as the moral of the story of the Gospels. Since Jesus knew that another messenger will be sent after him, the four Gospels would be setting the stage and basis for those righteous to be identifiable. It can be seen as using chaos in a deterministic manner to ensure continuity, using chaos theory to explain the world and our individual decision making practices. Since it is a single word, a single message, and a single ideology, it comes as no surprise that knowing the story would be distorted for political gain. It was made to be governed by laws of reasoning. The golden ratio shows beauty in the world, how certain plants have different mathematical shapes, how a snail's shelter spirals into places as it is being brought into existence as a unique form of creation. For an aesthetic person, it would be very easily one of the neurological programming methods that can be used to evoke their feelings of beauty or order and even love. The just mathematician would attempt to explain the golden ratio in terms of the incomplete sciences that we have discovered so far in our lives and the generation we are living in, which would definitely stem out of their own delusions of having acquired knowledge of everything. It is no wonder that God makes no mistakes in his creation, nor in his laws that govern the universe. Since they are considered his laws, they would definitely be as perfect as he makes them to be. It also comes as no surprise that he who believes and acknowledges the power embedded in belief would actually start to read and do his or her own research. What if habits actually begin when someone starts treating the world as a playground, reveling in its beauty, and choosing which aspects of the world around them they want to pay attention to the most? What if it has always been that reading about something is the only way to internalize and formulate a belief about it? What if it has always been a thing of miracle even to read? What if reading would actually be a concept that humans have not yet even understood to begin with? What does it mean to read something? Is it metacognition that is akin to memories? Is it by drawing upon one's own memories that a person would be able to capture the multidimensional description of the character of the book? Can character also be a reference to the vocality of said book? How it sounds when it is being read or recited, and thus it would allow for the leaps of the timeline. What if a single book was used to determine all leaps of our life? That could be very dangerous because humans would be able to receive knowledge that is beyond being allowed to interfere with. It is not interference unless it causes an alteration of an all powerful will. Therefore, with the lack of the power of altering destiny, we are in retrospect unable to know the future. We can, however, infer with possibility or probability the logical and reasonable outcomes of certain phenomena.